Meghan new turns on royal threat after criticism over rehashing old issues in interview. The Duchess of Sussex is coming to terms with criticism from her previous magazine interview after she appeared to U-turn comments on her royal life. Meghan Markle made a thinly veiled threat to the royal family in her interview with US magazine The Cut when she revealed that she can say anything after stepping down from duties. But the Duchess of Sussex appeared to U-turn on the threat in her most recent interview with Variety magazine when she compared her life before and after. Royal commentator Rachel Bowie pointed out Meghan was positive about her royal life instead of rehashing old issues. Speaking on the Royally Obsessed podcast, Bowie said, "She talks about the institution of the monarchy, which I thought was really interesting. She's asked, going through the process you did with the monarchy and then becoming a private citizen again, are those institutions similar? This is in reference to Hollywood and the monarchy. She talks about how much has changed in Hollywood. She said, as complex as an organization might be, there is always something in it that I think is positive and it is important to focus on that." It is kind of a direct turnaround from The Cut when she said, "I never signed anything, I can say whatever I want." Now she is saying there is always something that is positive, almost coming to terms with what happened, I think. I think a lot of the criticism was that she was really dragging and rehashing old issues in every interview and it felt like, here we are again talking about how everything went wrong. The Duchess previously told The Cut, "I think forgiveness is really important. It takes a lot more energy to not forgive. But it takes a lot of effort to forgive. I've really made an active effort, especially knowing that I can say anything." She added, "I have a lot to say until I don't." Royal expert Roy Nikha described the comment as a threat. She told the Royal Beat, "The thinly veiled threats that came in Meghan's interview with The Cut, I think, she, probably hopes it does, feel threatening, to the royal family. But, I think there's a lot of eye-rolling, going, we are used to this by now. But, that phrase, I have a lot to say until I don't and, I've never signed anything that restricts me from talking. There was a very strong inference there. And, of course, the reminder that she keeps a journal, and, her, revelation that, when we came back to Windsor, to Frogmore Cottage for the Jubilee, I rediscovered my journal that I'd left there. I was astonished to discover that she had left a highly private diary behind in Windsor, rather than taking it back." She's mentioned a couple of times in the last year or two that she kept a journal, and I think there is a very strong inference that Meghan could write her own memoir. She added, "Most of their belongings were packed up a long time before they even left for Canada and America, so packing up was done. Certainly when Eugenie lived there for a while with her husband and child, they had the run of the house. I think that most of Harry and Meghan's belongings that remained, which weren't many, were stored away. So I don't think she came back and packed up the whole house. I read it as an opportunity for her to mention the journal." a long time before they even left for Canada and America, so packing up was done. Certainly when Eugenie lived there for a while with her husband and child, they had the run of the house. I think that most of Harry and Meghan's belongings that remained, which weren't many, were stored away. So I don't think she came back and packed up the whole house. I read it as an opportunity for her to mention the journal.